Welcome. Tonight, we are leaving the busy world behind and drifting toward the largest and most mysterious place on Earth, the ocean. As you settle into a comfortable position, allow your breathing to slow and your thoughts to become as calm as gentle waves rolling onto a quiet shore. The ocean covers more than 70% of our planet, yet much of it remains unexplored. Hidden beneath its shimmering surface are peaceful forests of kelp, towering underwater mountains, glowing creatures, silent valleys, colorful coral gardens, and endless blue horizons that stretch farther than the eye can see. Unlike the rush of everyday life, the sea moves at its own patient rhythm. Waves rise and fall, tides come and go, tiny plankton drift with invisible currents. Massive whales travel thousands of kilometers without hurry, guided by ancient instincts older than human civilization itself. Tonight, we won't rush either. Instead, we'll gently explore one relaxing ocean fact at a time. Each story is designed to help your mind slow down, replacing busy thoughts with peaceful images of quiet beaches, gentle tides, sparkling moonlight, and the soothing sounds of water. There is no quiz to remember, no test to pass, no destination to reach. Simply listen, imagine, and allow yourself to drift wherever the current carries you. So take one slow breath in, and one slow breath out. Our peaceful journey across Earth's endless blue world begins now. Fact 1. The ocean covers most of our planet. If someone could look down upon Earth from deep space, the first thing they would probably notice would not be the continents, mountains, or cities. They would notice blue. Around 71% of Earth's surface is covered by water, making our world appear like a glowing sapphire suspended in the darkness of space. From orbit, the continents seem almost like scattered islands surrounded by one immense, connected ocean. Although we often divide it into the Pacific, Atlantic, Indian, Arctic, and Southern Oceans, they are all part of one continuous body of water flowing around the globe. This enormous ocean connects every continent in subtle and fascinating ways. A drop of water falling into the Pacific today may eventually become part of currents traveling thousands of kilometers across the world. The ocean stores incredible amounts of heat from the sun, helping keep Earth's climate more stable than it would otherwise be. Without this vast blanket of water, our planet would experience much greater temperature extremes between day and night. Even from space, astronauts often describe Earth as a peaceful blue marble, glowing softly beneath white clouds. As you imagine that distant view, it becomes easy to understand why our planet is sometimes called the blue planet. Fact 2. The deepest place is almost impossible to imagine. Far below the familiar surface lies one of Earth's greatest mysteries. The deepest known place in the ocean is called the Mariana Trench. Within it is a location known as Challenger Deep. This underwater valley reaches nearly 11 kilometers below sea level. If Mount Everest were placed inside this trench, its highest peak would still remain beneath the surface of the ocean. Sunlight never reaches these extraordinary depths. Instead, complete darkness has existed there for millions of years. The pressure is so immense that it would crush ordinary objects almost instantly. Yet despite these extreme conditions, life somehow survives. Tiny creatures, strange fish, delicate sea cucumbers, and remarkable microorganisms have adapted to this hidden world, quietly living where almost no human has ever visited. The deepest parts of our planet remain among the least explored places known to science. Fact 3. The ocean is never truly silent. At first, the open ocean might seem perfectly quiet. But beneath the waves, an endless orchestra is always performing. Whales sing long, haunting songs that travel remarkable distances through the water. Dolphins communicate using clicks and whistles. Tiny snapping shrimp create popping sounds so powerful that entire reefs sometimes sound like crackling campfires. Even fish make noises by vibrating muscles or rubbing body parts together. Far away, glaciers release deep rumbles as pieces of ancient ice slowly break apart. Underwater volcanoes quietly reshape the seafloor with distant echoes. Waves rolling across the surface create a constant background rhythm heard throughout much of the ocean. Scientists often describe the sea as a living soundscape rather than a silent place. If we could float beneath calm water, we might discover that the ocean is gently humming with life every hour of every day. Fact 4. Only a small part has been explored. Although humans have explored mountains, deserts, forests, and even the moon, much of the ocean still remains unknown. Scientists estimate that only a relatively small portion of the seafloor has been mapped in high detail. Vast underwater landscapes continue to wait quietly beneath the waves. There are mountains taller than many found on land. There are deep valleys stretching farther than entire countries. There are hidden caves, underwater volcanoes, and mysterious ridges winding across the planet. Every year, researchers discover species that no one has ever seen before. Some are brilliantly transparent. Others glow softly in darkness. Some appear so unusual that they almost seem imaginary. The ocean reminds us that even on our own planet, countless peaceful discoveries still await future generations. Fact 5. Ocean currents are like invisible rivers. The ocean is always moving, even when its surface appears calm. Hidden beneath the waves are enormous currents that travel across entire oceans. These currents behave almost like rivers flowing through open water. Some carry warm tropical water toward colder regions. Others transport chilly polar water toward warmer climates. Together, they help regulate temperatures across the planet. Marine animals often use these invisible highways during long migrations. Tiny drifting plankton also travel with these currents, becoming food for countless sea creatures. The movement is slow, steady, and continuous. Some water takes hundreds or even thousands of years to complete its incredible journey around the globe. These invisible rivers quietly connect every ocean into one magnificent living system. Fact 6. The ocean breathes with the moon. Every single day, the ocean rises and falls in a slow, peaceful rhythm known as the tides. Although the sun plays a role, it is mostly the moon's gentle gravity that guides this endless motion. As the moon travels around Earth, it quietly pulls on the vast blanket of seawater. The result is a graceful cycle that has repeated for billions of years. Along some coastlines, the water moves only a short distance. In others, the sea can rise and fall by many meters, revealing hidden beaches before covering them again. For generations, fishermen, sailors, and coastal communities have lived in harmony with these predictable rhythms. Many sea creatures also time their lives with the tides, waiting patiently for the perfect moment to feed or reproduce. Even if we cannot notice it from far inland, the moon is constantly shaping the movement of Earth's oceans. It is comforting to think that while we rest tonight, the tides continue their quiet dance beneath the moonlight, just as they have for countless ages. Fact 7. The blue color comes from light. The ocean often appears beautifully blue, but the water itself is almost perfectly clear. The color comes from the way sunlight interacts with water molecules. Sunlight contains every color of the rainbow, each traveling as a different wavelength. As sunlight enters the sea, longer wavelengths like red and orange are absorbed first. Blue light travels much farther before being scattered in many directions. That scattered blue light is what reaches our eyes when we gaze across the ocean. In shallow tropical waters, white sand beneath the surface reflects sunlight upward, creating brilliant turquoise shades. Near glaciers, tiny particles suspended in the water create stunning icy blues. At sunset, the sea transforms once again, reflecting golden oranges, soft pinks, and deep purples across its gently moving surface. The ocean is like an ever-changing mirror, constantly painting itself with the colors of the sky. Fact 8. Kelp forests grow like underwater jungles. Beneath the waves of cooler oceans stand some of the fastest growing plants on Earth. These towering forests are made of giant kelp. Unlike trees, kelp has no wood or bark, yet some species can grow astonishingly quickly under ideal conditions. Their long ribbons stretch upward toward sunlight, while remaining anchored to rocky seafloors. As currents gently sway the giant leaves, the forest seems almost alive with graceful movement. Fish weave between the stems as though flying through branches. Sea otters wrap themselves in floating kelp before sleeping, preventing the waves from carrying them away. Countless snails, crabs, starfish, and sea urchins make these forests their homes. The peaceful underwater landscape provides food and shelter for hundreds of different species. Watching a kelp forest move with the current is often compared to watching trees sway in a gentle breeze. Fact 9. Coral reefs are built by tiny animals. Many people imagine coral as colorful underwater rocks. In reality, each coral colony is built by thousands of tiny living animals called polyps. Each polyp is small enough to fit comfortably on the tip of a finger. Together, they slowly construct remarkable limestone skeletons over many generations. Year after year, century after century, these tiny builders create enormous reef systems. Some coral reefs are so large they can even be seen from space. The reefs become homes for colorful fish, sea turtles, octopuses, rays, and countless other marine creatures. Scientists often describe coral reefs as the rainforests of the sea because they support such incredible biodiversity. Although they occupy only a tiny fraction of the ocean floor, they provide habitat for a vast number of ocean species. Their beauty reminds us that extraordinary things can be created by the smallest living creatures working patiently together. Fact 10. Ocean water is always moving. Even on days when the sea appears perfectly calm, the water is never truly still. Gentle waves ripple across the surface. Invisible currents move beneath them. Tiny eddies swirl quietly around rocks and reefs. Warm water rises while cooler water slowly sinks. Wind pushes the surface in one direction, while deeper water may travel another way entirely. Storms thousands of kilometers away can send swells rolling across the ocean for days before they finally reach distant shores. Every drop of seawater is part of an endless journey that never truly ends. The ocean is constantly reshaping itself through movement both large and small. Its gentle motion is one reason so many people find the sound of waves deeply relaxing. Fact 11. Bioluminescent creatures create living light. On certain nights, the ocean can seem almost magical. As waves reach the shore, they suddenly glow with soft blue light. This beautiful phenomenon is called bioluminescence. It is produced by tiny organisms that create light through natural chemical reactions. When disturbed by moving water, they briefly illuminate the sea like countless floating stars. Some fish, jellyfish, and squid also produce their own glowing light. Deep beneath the surface, where sunlight never reaches, this living light becomes an important tool for survival. Some animals use it to attract mates. Others use it to confuse predators or lure curious prey. Floating through a glowing ocean at night has often been described as drifting through the Milky Way itself. Fact 12. Whales are Earth's gentle giants. The blue whale is the largest animal ever known to have lived on Earth. It is even larger than the biggest dinosaurs discovered by scientists. Despite its incredible size, much of its diet consists of tiny shrimp-like animals called krill. During feeding season, a blue whale can consume millions of these tiny creatures each day. Its heart is enormous, yet its movements through the water are remarkably graceful. Rather than rushing, whales often glide slowly through the sea with effortless elegance. Many species migrate thousands of kilometers each year between feeding and breeding grounds. Their haunting songs can travel vast distances through the ocean. Scientists continue studying these beautiful vocalizations, discovering new mysteries every year. Watching a whale gently surface beneath a quiet sunrise remains one of nature's most peaceful experiences. Fact 13. Seagrass meadows are hidden underwater gardens. Not all underwater plants are seaweed. In many shallow coastal waters, vast meadows of true flowering plants grow beneath the waves. These are called seagrasses. Long green blades sway gently with every passing current, creating peaceful underwater landscapes that seem to breathe with the sea. Sea turtles slowly graze across these meadows, enjoying the fresh leaves much like deer feeding in a quiet field. Tiny seahorses wrap their tails around the grass, hiding safely among the stems. Young fish begin their lives here, finding shelter before venturing into the open ocean. The roots help hold the sandy seafloor in place, preventing waves from washing it away. Seagrass meadows also capture large amounts of carbon, quietly helping the planet while asking for nothing in return. Although many people never see them, these underwater gardens are among the ocean's most valuable and peaceful ecosystems. Fact 14. The ocean has underwater mountains. Far beneath the surface stand mountain ranges that few people will ever see. These underwater mountains are known as seamounts. Some rise thousands of meters from the seafloor. Others are ancient volcanoes whose peaks never quite reach the surface. Over millions of years, currents flowing around these mountains bring fresh nutrients upward. This attracts fish, whales, sharks, and many other sea creatures. Colorful corals slowly grow along their rocky slopes, creating habitats filled with life. Some seamounts remain completely unexplored, hidden beneath kilometers of water. Scientists continue discovering new species living upon these isolated underwater peaks. They remind us that Earth's largest mountain landscapes are often invisible to our eyes. Fact 15. Gentle sea turtles travel across entire oceans. Sea turtles have existed for more than 100 million years. They shared the Earth with dinosaurs and survived countless changes to the planet. When baby turtles hatch, they instinctively crawl toward the moonlit ocean. From that moment, an extraordinary journey begins. Some species travel thousands of kilometers across entire oceans during their lifetimes. Years later, many females return to the very same beach where they were born. Scientists believe they navigate using Earth's magnetic field like a natural compass. Despite spending decades at sea, they somehow remember the location of home. Watching a sea turtle glide effortlessly through crystal clear water feels almost like watching an ancient spirit drifting peacefully through time. Their calm movements remind us that nature often favors patience over speed. Fact 16. Tiny plankton support almost all ocean life. Many of the ocean's most important creatures are also its smallest. Plankton are tiny organisms that drift with the currents instead of swimming against them. Some are microscopic plants called phytoplankton. Others are tiny animals that float through the water. Together, they form the very foundation of the ocean food web. Whales, fish, jellyfish, and countless other creatures depend on plankton either directly or indirectly. Phytoplankton also produce a remarkable amount of the oxygen we breathe. Every second, these tiny floating organisms quietly help support life across the planet. Though nearly invisible, they play one of the biggest roles in Earth's living systems. Sometimes the smallest things truly have the greatest importance. Fact 17. The ocean stores the sun's warmth. Each day, sunlight gently warms the surface of the ocean. Unlike land, water heats and cools much more slowly. This allows the ocean to store enormous amounts of solar energy. That stored warmth is gradually released back into the atmosphere. As a result, coastal regions often experience milder temperatures than inland areas. Warm currents carry heat toward colder parts of the world. Cool currents help balance tropical regions. This quiet exchange of heat influences weather, rainfall, and seasonal changes across the globe. The ocean works like Earth's natural climate regulator, performing this incredible task without pause. Its steady rhythm helps make our planet a comfortable home for countless forms of life. Fact 18. Sand is constantly being created. A peaceful beach may seem timeless, but every grain of sand has its own remarkable story. Many grains began as pieces of ancient mountains. Over thousands or even millions of years, rivers carried tiny fragments toward the sea. Waves gently rolled them back and forth, gradually smoothing their rough edges. Some tropical beaches are made partly from tiny pieces of coral and seashells. Others contain volcanic minerals that create dramatic black sands. In a few places, sparkling white beaches are formed from microscopic marine organisms. Every wave continues shaping these grains a little more. The beach beneath your feet is never exactly the same from one year to the next. Nature patiently creates landscapes one grain at a time. Fact 19. Octopuses are masters of camouflage. Among the ocean's most fascinating animals is the octopus. Its soft body allows it to squeeze through surprisingly small openings. But perhaps its greatest talent is changing color almost instantly. Special cells in its skin help it blend with rocks, coral, sand, or seaweed. Some species can even imitate the texture of their surroundings. Within moments, an octopus may appear rough like stone or smooth like sand. This remarkable ability helps it avoid predators while quietly hunting for food. Despite their intelligence, octopuses usually lead peaceful and solitary lives. They spend much of their time exploring reefs with gentle curiosity. Watching one slowly glide across the seafloor feels like watching a living piece of the ocean itself. Fact 20. The ocean connects every continent. Although maps divide the world's oceans into separate names, they are all connected. Water flows freely from one ocean basin to another. Currents travel enormous distances across the globe. Marine animals migrate between regions during different seasons. Clouds form from ocean water before carrying rain over forests, mountains, farms, and cities. That rain eventually returns to rivers, which flow back into the sea. Every drop becomes part of Earth's endless water cycle. The ocean quietly links every continent, every coastline, and every living creature. Even people who live far from the shore depend upon the sea in ways they may never notice. In many ways, the ocean is the great blue thread that gently ties our entire planet together. Fact 21. The ocean has its own waterfalls. It may sound surprising, but some of the largest waterfalls on Earth are hidden deep beneath the ocean's surface. These underwater waterfalls are not made of water falling through air, but of colder, denser seawater flowing beneath warmer water. When these heavy currents reach underwater cliffs, they spill over the edges just like rivers cascading down mountains. one of the most famous lies between Greenland and Iceland. There, enormous volumes of cold water slowly descend into the deep ocean every second. Unlike roaring waterfalls on land, these underwater cascades move in complete darkness and near silence. They help circulate nutrients and oxygen throughout the world's oceans. Their steady movement is part of a vast system that keeps the ocean healthy. Most people will never witness one, yet they have been flowing for thousands of years. Hidden far below the waves, these silent waterfalls remind us that nature often creates its greatest wonders out of sight. Fact 22. Dolphins sleep with half their brain awake. Dolphins cannot sleep the same way humans do. Because they must regularly swim to the surface to breathe, they cannot become completely unconscious. Instead, they use a remarkable method called unihemispheric sleep. One half of the brain rests while the other half stays awake. During this time, one eye usually remains open while the other closes. The awake side keeps watch for predators, obstacles, and the need to surface for air. After a while, the two have switch roles. This allows dolphins to remain safe while still getting the rest they need. It is one of the ocean's most fascinating examples of adaptation. Even while sleeping, dolphins continue their gentle journey through the sea. Fact 23. Moonlight creates a magical ocean. On calm nights, the ocean becomes a mirror for the sky. Soft moonlight stretches across the water in a shimmering silver path. Each gentle wave catches the light before letting it dance away again. The reflection constantly changes, never remaining exactly the same. Clouds drift quietly overhead while stars sparkle above the dark horizon. Far from city lights, the Milky Way often appears bright enough to reflect faintly upon the sea. Sailors throughout history have crossed oceans guided by the moon and stars. Many cultures have written poems about moonlit water because of its peaceful beauty. Even today, standing beside the ocean beneath a full moon can feel wonderfully calming. It is one of nature's quietest and most unforgettable sights. Fact 24. Mangrove forests protect the coast. Where land meets warm, tropical seas, unusual forests grow directly in salty water. These are mangrove forests. Their tangled roots rise above the surface like natural sculptures. The roots slow incoming waves and reduce the force of storms before they reach the shore. They also trap sediment, helping create new land over time. Young fish hide among the roots until they are large enough to swim into open water. Crabs, birds, snakes, and countless other animals make these forests their homes. The trees thrive where few other plants can survive. Their peaceful green canopies create calm, sheltered lagoons beneath them. Mangroves quietly protect both wildlife and coastal communities every single day. Fact 25. Sea stars can grow new arms. Sea stars are among the ocean's most recognizable creatures. Despite their common name, they are not actually fish. Instead, they belong to a group of animals known as echinoderms. Many sea stars have an amazing ability to regrow lost arms. If an arm is damaged or removed, a new one may slowly develop over time. The process takes patience and plenty of energy. Some species can even regenerate much of their body from a single surviving arm. Beneath their peaceful appearance lies an extraordinary ability to heal. They move slowly across rocks and coral using hundreds of tiny tube feet. Watching one glide across the seafloor reminds us that nature often works slowly, but remarkably. Fact 26. The ocean holds ancient shipwrecks. Scattered across the seafloor are thousands of shipwrecks resting quietly beneath the waves. Some are only a few decades old. Others have remained underwater for hundreds or even thousands of years. Wooden sailing ships, ancient trading vessels, and modern steel ships all tell silent stories of history. Over time, Coral, sponges, and seaweed slowly transform these wrecks into thriving underwater habitats. Fish swim through old windows. Octopuses hide inside forgotten cabins. Colorful corals cover rusting metal like living artwork. Many shipwrecks have become peaceful artificial reefs full of marine life. The ocean gently preserves countless pieces of human history beneath its surface. Fact 27. Some jellyfish are older than dinosaurs. Jellyfish have drifted through Earth's oceans for over 500 million years. That means they appeared long before dinosaurs ever walked across the land. Their bodies are made mostly of water. They have no bones, no brain, and no heart. Yet they have survived enormous changes in Earth's history. Ocean currents carry them across great distances. Their graceful bells gently pulse through the water with effortless elegance. Many glow softly beneath the darkness of the deep sea. Watching a jellyfish drift is often compared to watching a living cloud floating underwater. Their simple beauty has remained almost unchanged for hundreds of millions of years. Fact 28. The seafloor is covered with soft sediment. The deepest parts of the ocean are not always rocky. Much of the seafloor is blanketed by incredibly fine layers of mud and sediment. Tiny particles slowly sink from the surface day after day. These include microscopic shells, bits of algae, volcanic ash, and mineral dust carried by the wind. Over thousands of years, these particles build gentle layers across the ocean floor. Some areas accumulate only a few millimeters every 1,000 years. This slow process creates a remarkable record of Earth's history. Scientists study these sediments to learn about ancient climates and changing oceans. Each layer quietly tells a story from long ago. The deepest seabed is like an enormous natural history book written one grain at a time. Fact 29. Gentle waves rarely travel alone. When we watch waves approaching the shore, they often seem random. In reality, waves usually travel together in organized groups. These groups are called wave sets. Between each set comes a period of calmer water. Surfers patiently watch the horizon, waiting for the next series to arrive. Many waves begin their journey during storms hundreds or even thousands of kilometers away. Long after the storm has disappeared, the waves continue traveling peacefully across the ocean. Eventually, they reach distant beaches with quiet, rolling rhythms. The relaxing sound we hear along the shore is part of a journey that may have begun far beyond the horizon. Fact 30. Every ocean sunrise is unique. No two ocean sunrises are ever exactly alike. Each morning, sunlight meets the sea under slightly different conditions. Clouds, waves, mist, and the atmosphere combine to paint a completely new picture. Sometimes the sky glows with soft lavender and pale blue. Other mornings burst with brilliant orange, crimson, and golden light. The first rays stretch across the water like shimmering ribbons. Seabirds begin their morning flights, while gentle waves continue their timeless rhythm. For a few peaceful moments, the world feels wonderfully quiet. Every sunrise reminds us that nature creates a fresh masterpiece each new day. The ocean welcomes each morning with the same calm patience it has shown for billions of years. Fact 31. The ocean has vast open plains. When many people imagine the seafloor, they picture rugged cliffs, colorful coral reefs, or towering underwater mountains. Yet much of the deep ocean is surprisingly flat. These enormous regions are called abyssal plains. They stretch for hundreds and sometimes thousands of kilometers, making them some of the largest landscapes on Earth. Covered in soft layers of fine sediment, they resemble peaceful deserts beneath the sea. The darkness is complete, and the water remains cold throughout the year. Despite the quiet conditions, these plains are home to sea cucumbers, brittle stars, worms, and many other remarkable creatures. Each animal moves slowly, perfectly adapted to a world where food is scarce and patience is essential. The abyssal plains remind us that even the quietest places can be filled with life. Fact 32. Tiny seahorses swim upright. Among the ocean's most charming animals is the seahorse. Unlike most fish, it swims with its head held upright. Its body is covered with small bony plates instead of scales. A tiny fin on its back flutters rapidly to move it gently through the water. Rather than chasing fast prey, seahorses patiently wait for tiny shrimp and plankton to drift close. Their curled tails wrap securely around seagrass or coral branches to keep them from being carried away by currents. Many species form lifelong pairs during the breeding season. Most remarkably, it is the male seahorse that carries the babies until they are ready to enter the world. Their calm and graceful lifestyle perfectly suits the peaceful rhythm of the ocean. Watching a seahorse drift among underwater plants feels almost like watching a leaf floating in a gentle breeze. Fact 33. Icebergs continue far below the surface. An iceberg may appear impressive above the water, but what we see is only a small portion of its true size. Nearly 90% of an iceberg usually remains hidden beneath the ocean. This enormous underwater mass helps keep the iceberg balanced as it drifts. Each iceberg begins as part of a glacier that slowly moves toward the sea. Eventually, large pieces break away in a process called calving. Once afloat, ocean currents and winds guide their quiet journeys. Some travel for months or even years before melting completely. As they slowly disappear, they release fresh water into the surrounding ocean. These floating mountains of ice are among nature's most peaceful travelers. Fact 34. Ocean currents circle the entire planet. Far beneath the surface flows one of Earth's greatest natural systems. Scientists often describe it as the global ocean conveyor belt. Warm water travels from tropical regions toward colder seas. As it cools, it becomes denser and gradually sinks. Deep underwater, it begins a slow return journey through the world's oceans. Eventually, the water rises once again near other continents. Completing one full circuit can take hundreds or even thousands of years. This steady movement carries heat, nutrients, and oxygen across the globe. Without this remarkable circulation, Earth's climate would be very different. The ocean quietly connects distant places through currents that never truly stop flowing. Fact 35. Many fish sleep in surprising ways. Fish may not close their eyes as humans do, but many still rest every day. Some settle gently onto the seafloor. Others hide among coral branches or beneath rocky ledges. Parrotfish create a protective mucus cocoon around themselves before sleeping. Certain reef fish become much less active during the night, conserving energy. Some sharks continue swimming slowly while resting parts of their brain. Different species have developed different ways to remain safe while they sleep. As dawn approaches, the underwater world gradually becomes active once again. Even beneath the waves, every creature follows its own peaceful daily rhythm. The ocean never truly sleeps, yet countless animals still find time to rest. Fact 36. Sea caves echo with gentle waves. Along many coastlines, waves have patiently carved caves into solid rock. This slow process has taken thousands or even millions of years. Each incoming wave gently smooths the stone a little more. Inside these caves, the sound of the sea becomes beautifully amplified. Soft echoes bounce from one wall to another. Sunlight entering through narrow openings creates shimmering reflections on the water. At high tide, the caves fill with cool seawater. At low tide, hidden pools reveal tiny crabs, sea stars, and colorful shells. Many sea caves feel peaceful and timeless, as though untouched by the modern world. Nature has sculpted these quiet places with nothing more than water, wind, and patience. Fact 37. Flying fish can glide above the waves. Although they are called flying fish, they do not truly fly like birds. Instead, they leap from the water and glide gracefully through the air. Their unusually large fins spread like delicate wings. Strong tail beats provide enough speed to launch them above the waves. Some species can glide for surprisingly long distances before returning to the sea. This remarkable ability helps them escape predators below. Watching a school of flying fish skim across the ocean is like seeing silver arrows sparkle in the sunlight. For a few brief moments, they belong to both the sea and the sky. Their graceful journeys remind us that nature often finds elegant solutions to life's challenges. Fact 38. The ocean holds countless hidden islands. Many mountains beneath the sea eventually rise above the surface to become islands. Most volcanic islands begin deep underwater. Over countless eruptions, layers of lava slowly build upward. Eventually, the highest peaks emerge into the sunlight. Rain, wind, birds, and ocean currents gradually bring seeds and new life. Plants begin to grow. Insects arrive. Birds build nests. Over time, entire ecosystems develop on land that once existed only beneath the waves. Every island tells a story of patience measured not in years, but in millions of years. Fact 39. Shells tell stories of growth. Every seashell begins as the home of a living animal. As the animal grows, it slowly adds new layers to its shell. These layers create beautiful patterns and gentle curves. Some shells become smooth after years of rolling through the surf. Others remain delicately ridged or spiraled. The colors come from natural pigments produced during growth. When the animal no longer needs its shell, it may become a home for another creature, such as a hermit crab. Eventually, many shells break down into tiny fragments that become part of the sand. Nothing in the ocean is wasted. Even the smallest shell continues its journey in a new form. Fact 40. The ocean has inspired human dreams for thousands of years. Since ancient times, people have looked toward the sea with wonder. Early explorers crossed unknown waters guided only by stars and courage. Poets wrote about gentle waves and distant horizons. Artists painted peaceful beaches glowing beneath sunsets. Musicians composed songs inspired by the rhythm of the tides. Stories of mermaids, sea dragons, and hidden kingdoms captured imaginations across many cultures. Scientists later explored the same waters with curiosity instead of myth. Yet even today, the ocean still holds countless mysteries waiting to be discovered. Its endless horizon reminds us that there is always more to learn. As the waves continue their timeless rhythm, the sea quietly invites every generation to dream a little farther. Fact 41. The ocean has gentle rivers of fresh water. It may seem impossible, but in a few places beneath the sea, fresh water flows through the salty ocean. These underwater rivers form where freshwater springs emerge from the seafloor or where differences in salinity create distinct layers. The fresh water is lighter than the surrounding seawater, allowing it to move in graceful streams. Divers have discovered these hidden springs near coastlines and underwater caves. Some have been flowing continuously for thousands of years. Long ago, when sea levels were lower, many of these springs were part of rivers flowing across dry land. As the oceans slowly rose, the rivers disappeared beneath the waves, but the fresh water continued its quiet journey. Today, these hidden streams remain one of the ocean's most fascinating surprises. They remind us that nature often blurs the boundaries between land and sea. Fact 42. Giant clams grow slowly and patiently. Resting quietly among coral reefs are giant clams, some of the largest shellfish on Earth. They spend nearly their entire lives in one place. Their heavy shells protect the soft animal inside, while colorful tissues spread across the opening like living artwork. Tiny algae live within these tissues in a peaceful partnership. The algae use sunlight to produce energy, while the clam provides them with a safe home. Together, they help one another thrive. Some giant clams live for more than a century. Throughout their long lives, they quietly witness changing tides, passing fish, and growing coral. Their patient existence reminds us that not every remarkable life is filled with constant movement. Fact 43. Sea otters sleep wrapped in kelp. Along rocky coastlines, sea otters spend much of their lives floating on the ocean's surface. When it is time to sleep, they often drift into kelp forests. Before closing their eyes, many wrap themselves gently in long strands of kelp. The floating plants act like natural anchors, preventing the currents from carrying them away. Sometimes several otters hold pause while resting together. This helps keep families and friends close throughout the night. Floating peacefully beneath the stars, they rise and fall with each gentle wave. It is one of the most heartwarming sights in nature. Even while asleep, they remain perfectly in harmony with the rhythm of the sea. Fact 44. The deep ocean stays surprisingly cold. No matter how warm the tropical sun becomes above, the deepest parts of the ocean remain remarkably cold. Far below the reach of sunlight, temperatures usually stay just a few degrees above freezing. This chilly water moves slowly around the globe through deep ocean currents. The cold helps preserve a stable environment for many unusual creatures. Fish, squid, and crustaceans living in these depths have adapted to conditions that rarely change. Some grow very slowly because the cold limits their metabolism. Others develop soft bodies that require less energy. Despite the darkness and cold, life quietly continues. The deep sea is calm, steady, and patient, changing far more slowly than the busy world above. Fact 45. Waves carry energy across the ocean. When we watch waves rolling toward the shore, it often looks as though the water itself is traveling great distances. In reality, much of what is moving is energy. Individual water particles usually move in gentle circular paths. As energy passes through them, they rise and fall before returning close to where they started. This creates the familiar rolling motion we see from the beach. Storms occurring thousands of kilometers away can send this energy across entire oceans. Days later, peaceful swells arrive at distant coastlines. Surfers eagerly wait for these waves, even though the storm that created them has long disappeared. The ocean quietly carries stories from faraway places through its endless rhythm. Fact 46. The sea has forests of soft coral. Not all corals build hard rocky reefs. Many are soft corals that gently sway with every passing current. Instead of forming solid limestone skeletons, they remain flexible throughout their lives. Their branches resemble underwater flowers opening toward invisible breezes. Tiny polyps extend delicate tentacles to catch drifting food. Schools of colorful fish weave carefully through these living gardens. The gentle movement creates one of the most peaceful scenes beneath the ocean. Each current turns the reef into a graceful underwater dance. Soft coral forests remind us that strength sometimes comes from flexibility rather than rigidity. Fact 47. Tiny crabs keep the beaches clean. Walking along a quiet beach at sunrise, you may notice tiny holes scattered across the sand. Many belong to small crabs that spend their lives near the shoreline. As the tide retreats, they emerge to search for tiny bits of food. They sift the sand with remarkable efficiency. After removing nutrients, they leave behind neat little balls of clean sand. Each crab quietly helps recycle organic material that washes ashore. They become food for birds, fish, and other coastal animals. Though easily overlooked, these hardworking creatures help keep beach ecosystems healthy. Even the smallest residents play an important role in nature's balance. Fact 48. Ocean mist travels far inland. When waves crash against rocks, countless tiny droplets rise into the air. This fine spray becomes ocean mist. Carried by gentle breezes, it can travel surprisingly far from the coastline. The mist contains tiny amounts of sea salt and minerals. Many coastal plants have adapted to thrive in these salty conditions. People walking near the shore often notice the refreshing scent of the sea carried by the wind. The cool air feels calming on warm days. Ocean mist also helps create beautiful morning fog along many coastlines. Its gentle presence softens the landscape and adds to the peaceful atmosphere. Fact 49. Some fish glow like tiny lanterns. In the darkness of the deep ocean, many fish create their own light. Special organs called photophores produce soft glows of blue or green. Some species arrange these lights in beautiful patterns across their bodies. Others use them to blend into faint light filtering from above. A few flash their lights to communicate with one another. Predators may use glowing lures to attract curious prey. Scientists continue discovering new ways deep-sea animals use bioluminescence. The darkness below is not empty at all. Instead, it is filled with thousands of tiny living lights drifting quietly through the sea. Together they create one of Earth's most magical nighttime landscapes. Fact 50. Every drop of ocean water has a long journey. The water touching a shoreline today may have traveled an incredible path. It may once have fallen as snow upon distant mountains. It may have flowed through rivers, lakes, and forests before reaching the sea. Ocean currents could carry it across entire continents. Eventually, sunlight may lift it into the sky as invisible water vapor. Clouds form. Rain falls. The cycle begins once again. Some water completes this journey in days, while other droplets may spend centuries deep within the ocean. Every drop is part of an endless story connecting the sky, the land, and the sea. As you listen to the quiet rhythm of the waves, it is comforting to imagine that the ocean is always moving, always renewing itself, and always welcoming another peaceful tomorrow. Fact 51. The ocean has deserts as quiet as any on land. When we hear the word desert, we usually imagine endless sand beneath a bright sun. But the ocean has deserts of its own. In some parts of the sea, nutrients are extremely scarce. Very little plankton grows there, so relatively few animals live in these waters. Scientists call these regions oceanic deserts. The water is often remarkably clear because there are so few tiny organisms floating within it. Sunlight can travel deep into the water, creating beautiful shades of blue. Although these areas seem empty at first glance, life still quietly survives. Small fish, jellyfish, and drifting creatures have adapted to these peaceful conditions. Even the ocean's quietest places remain full of gentle surprises. Fact 52. The Sargasso Sea has no coastline. Most seas are surrounded by land. The Sargasso Sea is different. It lies in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean and has no coastline at all. Instead of being bordered by continents, it is enclosed by large ocean currents. Floating across its surface are vast patches of golden brown seaweed called sargassum. Tiny fish, shrimp, sea turtles, and crabs find shelter among these floating forests. Young eels from Europe and North America begin their mysterious lives here. Sailors have crossed this peaceful region for centuries. The calm waters and drifting seaweed create one of the most unusual places on Earth. It is a sea defined not by land, but by the gentle movement of the ocean itself. Fact 53. The ocean has sand dunes beneath the waves. Just like deserts on land, the seafloor also has rolling sand dunes. Ocean currents slowly push tiny grains across the bottom. Over time, these grains gather into gentle underwater hills. Some dunes are only a few centimeters high. Others stretch for many meters and continue for great distances. Although they move very slowly, they are constantly changing shape. Fish, rays, and small crabs often rest beside these sandy formations. The patterns created by the currents resemble delicate ripples in a peaceful Zen garden. Nature patiently reshapes the seafloor every single day. Fact 54. Sea anemones look like flowers. At first glance, sea anemones appear to be colorful underwater flowers. Their soft tentacles gently sway with every passing current. But they are actually animals. Each tentacle contains tiny stinging cells that help capture drifting food. Clownfish have developed a special relationship with many anemones. Protected by a layer of mucus on their skin, they safely swim among the tentacles. In return, the fish help clean the anemone and sometimes bring it food. Together they create one of the ocean's most famous partnerships. Watching an anemone gently wave in the current is one of the most peaceful sights on a coral reef. Fact 55. The ocean helps make rain. Almost every drop of rain begins its journey in the ocean. Sunlight gently warms the surface of the sea. Tiny amounts of water evaporate into the air as invisible vapor. The vapor rises high into the atmosphere. As it cools, it gathers into clouds. Eventually, the clouds release rain over oceans, forests, mountains, rivers, farms, and cities. Much of that water slowly flows back toward the sea. This beautiful water cycle has continued for billions of years. Every rainfall is another chapter in the ocean's endless story. Fact 56. Lobsters continue growing throughout their lives. Unlike humans, lobsters never truly stop growing. As they become larger, their hard outer shells no longer fit. To solve this problem, they shed the old shell in a process called molting. For a short time afterward, the new shell remains soft. Gradually, it hardens into strong protection once again. Young lobsters molt frequently as they grow quickly. Older individuals may molt only once every year or two. Some large lobsters are believed to have lived for many decades. Their slow and steady growth reflects the patient rhythm of ocean life. Fact 57. Some seas are crystal clear. Certain parts of the ocean are so clear that visibility can extend for many tens of meters. Divers often describe these waters as feeling almost weightless. The clarity comes from very low amounts of plankton and suspended particles. Sunlight travels deep below the surface. Coral reefs glow with brilliant colors. Schools of fish appear to float in open blue space. Every movement seems slower and more peaceful. Looking into these crystal clear waters feels like gazing into another world. It is one of the reasons tropical oceans inspire such feelings of calm and wonder. Fact 58. The ocean is home to gentle giants called manta rays. Manta rays are among the largest fish in the sea. Their wide fins move through the water like graceful wings. Despite their impressive size, they feed mainly on tiny plankton. Swimming with slow, elegant movements, they seem almost to fly beneath the waves. Sometimes they perform graceful underwater somersaults while feeding. Cleaning fish often gather around them, removing tiny parasites from their skin. Manta rays regularly return to these underwater cleaning stations. Divers often describe encounters with them as peaceful and unforgettable. Their calm nature makes them one of the ocean's most beloved animals. Fact 59. Every shell once protected a living creature. Walking along the beach, it is easy to forget that each shell once served as someone's home. Snails, clams, oysters, and many other marine animals build shells throughout their lives. The shells protect them from predators and rough conditions. When the animals die, the empty shells remain behind. Some become homes for hermit crabs. Others slowly break apart beneath the waves. Tiny fragments eventually become part of the sand. Even after their first purpose ends, shells continue helping other forms of life. Nothing in the ocean is truly wasted. Nature quietly gives every object a new beginning. Fact 60. The ocean has been Earth's constant companion. For billions of years, the ocean has witnessed Earth's changing story. It watched the first simple life appear. It surrounded the ancient continents as they slowly drifted apart. It reflected the skies above the dinosaurs. It welcomed the earliest whales. It carried explorers across unknown horizons. Today it continues to shape coastlines, support countless species, and inspire human imagination. The waves reaching the shore tonight are part of the same ocean that has existed through nearly all of Earth's history. As they gently rise and fall, they remind us that some of nature's greatest treasures are not found in moments of excitement, but in the quiet rhythm that never ends. Fact 61. The ocean has gigantic canyons hidden beneath the waves. Far below the surface of the sea are enormous valleys carved into the seafloor. These are called submarine canyons. Some are even larger and deeper than the famous Grand Canyon on land. Over millions of years, underwater currents and ancient rivers slowly shaped these breathtaking landscapes. Their steep walls provide shelter for countless marine animals. Deep water corals cling to the rocky cliffs, while fish quietly drift through the cool currents. Nutrients carried through the canyons help feed nearby ecosystems. Scientists are still exploring many of these hidden valleys, discovering new species along the way. Although hidden beneath kilometers of water, these giant canyons are among the most spectacular landscapes on Earth. They remind us that some of our planet's greatest wonders remain unseen. Fact 62. Sea cucumbers quietly clean the seafloor. Sea cucumbers may not look very exciting at first glance, but they perform an important job. These slow-moving animals spend much of their lives crawling gently across the seabed. As they move, they swallow sand and soft sediment. Inside their bodies, tiny bits of organic matter become food. The clean sand is then released back onto the seafloor. This process helps recycle nutrients and keeps the ocean floor healthy. Thousands of sea cucumbers may quietly work across a single stretch of seabed every day. Their patient lifestyle proves that even the slowest creatures can have a big impact. Nature often depends on quiet workers that few people ever notice. Fact 63. The ocean reflects the sky like a giant mirror. On calm days, the surface of the sea becomes astonishingly smooth. Without strong winds, waves grow smaller and smaller. Soon the ocean begins reflecting the sky almost perfectly. Clouds appear to float both above and below. Sunsets paint the water with brilliant shades of gold, orange, pink, and purple. At sunrise, soft blues gradually brighten into warm morning light. On moonlit nights, silver reflections stretch across the waves toward the horizon. Sailors have admired these peaceful reflections for thousands of years. Looking across a calm sea often feels like gazing into another sky. Fact 64. Some deep-sea fish have transparent bodies. In the dark ocean depths, hiding is often the best survival strategy. Some deep-sea fish have evolved bodies that are nearly transparent. Their delicate tissues allow light to pass through them. This makes them difficult for predators to see. Others have transparent heads through which scientists can actually observe certain internal organs. These unusual adaptations help animals survive where sunlight never reaches. Life in the deep sea has encouraged countless creative solutions. Every new expedition reveals another remarkable design shaped by millions of years of evolution. The deep ocean continues to surprise even the world's leading scientists. Fact 65. Beaches are always changing. A beach may appear permanent, but it is constantly being reshaped. Every wave moves tiny grains of sand. Strong storms may carry large amounts away. Gentle waves slowly return some of that sand over time. Winds build new dunes behind the shoreline. Tides smooth footprints before the next morning arrives. Even a single season can noticeably change the shape of a beach. Over centuries, entire coastlines slowly shift. The beach is never exactly the same place twice. Nature quietly redraws the shoreline every single day. Fact 66. Sharks have been swimming the oceans for hundreds of millions of years. Sharks are among Earth's oldest surviving animals. Their ancestors appeared long before the first dinosaurs. Over hundreds of millions of years, they have adapted to changing oceans while remaining remarkably successful. There are hundreds of shark species. Many are small and harmless to humans. Some feed mainly on tiny plankton, like the enormous whale shark. Others hunt fish, squid, or crustaceans. Each species plays an important role in maintaining healthy marine ecosystems. Their long history reminds us that the ocean preserves life in extraordinary ways. Fact 67. Ocean waves can travel across entire oceans. When a powerful storm forms far out at sea, it creates large waves. As the storm passes, the waves continue traveling long after the winds disappear. These rolling swells can cross entire oceans. They may travel for thousands of kilometers before finally reaching distant shores. By the time they arrive, they often become smooth and gentle. People standing quietly on a peaceful beach may be listening to waves that began their journey many days earlier. The ocean quietly carries energy across the world without ever becoming tired. Every wave tells a story that started far beyond the horizon. Fact 68. Tiny barnacles spend their lives attached to rocks. Barnacles begin life as tiny floating larvae. For a while, they drift freely with the currents. Eventually, they settle on rocks, piers, whales, sea turtles, or even ships. Once attached, they remain there for the rest of their lives. Strong shells protect them from crashing waves. When the tide rises, they open and gently sweep tiny food particles from the water. At low tide, they close tightly to avoid drying out. Though small and quiet, barnacles are an important part of many coastal ecosystems. Their patient lifestyle reflects the steady rhythm of the sea. Fact 69. The ocean smells the way it does for a reason. The refreshing scent of the ocean is more than salty air. Tiny marine plants release natural compounds into the atmosphere. As waves break, these compounds mix with sea spray. One well-known compound is called dimethyl sulfide. It contributes to the familiar fresh scent many people associate with the coast. Seabirds are even believed to use this smell to help locate areas rich in food. For many people, the fragrance of the sea instantly brings feelings of peace and relaxation. Sometimes a single breath beside the ocean is enough to calm a busy mind. Nature has its own quiet perfume. Fact 70. The ocean still holds countless mysteries. Even after centuries of exploration, much of the ocean remains unknown. Scientists continue discovering new fish, corals, jellyfish, and microscopic organisms every year. Hidden caves, underwater volcanoes, and deep trenches still wait to be explored. Powerful robotic submarines now travel where humans cannot safely go. Each expedition reveals something unexpected. Every answer often leads to new questions. The ocean reminds us that curiosity is a lifelong journey. Its greatest treasures are not always gold or pearls, but knowledge and discovery. As you drift toward sleep tonight, it is comforting to know that Earth's largest wilderness still holds peaceful mysteries waiting beneath the waves. Fact 71. The Midnight Zone is a world without sunlight. As we continue our peaceful journey across the ocean, let us slowly drift far below the bright surface where sunlight dances upon the waves. With every gentle descent, the water becomes darker, cooler, and quieter, until we finally arrive in a mysterious place known as the Midnight Zone. This part of the ocean begins at roughly 1,000 meters below the surface, where no sunlight can reach. Here, the darkness is complete, not because it is night, but because light simply cannot travel that far through water. Day and night no longer exist in this hidden world. Noon feels exactly the same as midnight, creating an environment that has remained unchanged for millions of years. The water is cold, calm, and almost perfectly still, disturbed only by slow-moving currents that quietly pass through the darkness. Although this place may sound empty, it is filled with remarkable life specially adapted to these conditions. Strange fish, delicate jellyfish, graceful squid, and tiny drifting creatures spend their entire lives here without ever seeing the sun. Many produce their own gentle blue or green light through a process called bioluminescence, creating tiny glowing lanterns that drift through the darkness like stars in the night sky. Scientists continue exploring this mysterious realm with robotic submarines, discovering new species almost every year. Each expedition reminds us that our own planet still holds incredible secrets waiting to be understood. As you imagine this peaceful underwater darkness, it becomes less mysterious and more comforting. A silent world where life moves slowly, patiently, and without hurry. Fact 72. Whale songs can travel across vast oceans. Among all the sounds found beneath the waves, few are as beautiful and calming as the songs of whales. These magnificent marine mammals communicate using deep, gentle calls that can travel astonishing distances through seawater. Sound moves much more efficiently through water than through air, allowing whale songs to carry for hundreds or even thousands of kilometers under the right conditions. A single whale may sing for many minutes, repeating peaceful patterns that slowly rise and fall like a musical conversation with the ocean itself. Scientists have spent decades recording these songs, and they continue discovering new patterns and meanings within them. Some whales appear to learn songs from one another, with entire populations gradually changing their melodies over time, almost like traditions being passed from generation to generation. During the breeding season, male humpback whales often sing long, complex performances that echo through the sea. To human ears, these sounds can feel haunting, peaceful, and deeply relaxing. Far beneath the surface, the songs blend with the quiet movement of currents and distant waves, creating one of nature's greatest symphonies. Long before humans sailed across the oceans, whales were already filling the sea with these remarkable voices. Tonight, as you imagine floating gently upon calm water beneath a sky full of stars, perhaps somewhere far below, a whale continues its ancient song, just as its ancestors have done for millions of years. Fact 73. Sea sponges are among Earth's oldest animals. At first glance, a sea sponge hardly looks like an animal at all. Resting quietly upon rocks or coral reefs, it resembles a colorful plant or perhaps a piece of soft stone shaped by the sea. Yet sea sponges are living animals, and they are among the oldest forms of animal life on our planet. Their ancestors appeared more than 600 million years ago, long before dinosaurs, mammals, or even the first forests covered the land. Unlike most animals, sponges do not swim, hunt, or chase their food. Instead, they spend their lives peacefully attached to one location. Tiny pores covering their bodies continuously draw seawater inside. As the water slowly passes through, the sponge filters out microscopic food particles and oxygen before releasing the clean water back into the ocean. A single large sponge can filter thousands of liters of seawater every day without making a sound. Fish, shrimp, and tiny crabs often hide among their many openings, turning the sponge into a miniature underwater neighborhood. Some deep-sea sponges live for hundreds or even thousands of years, making them among the longest living animals known to science. Their quiet existence reminds us that survival does not always require speed or strength. Sometimes patience, simplicity, and consistency are enough to endure through countless ages. Fact 74. Gentle ocean breezes begin over the water. If you have ever stood beside the ocean on a warm afternoon, you may have noticed a cool breeze gently brushing across your face. This refreshing wind is known as a sea breeze, and it forms through one of nature's simplest yet most elegant processes. During the day, land heats much more quickly than the ocean. As the warm air above the land rises, cooler air from above the sea slowly moves inland to replace it. This gentle movement creates the familiar breeze that makes beaches feel so comfortable, even on hot summer days. At night, the opposite often happens. The land cools more quickly than the ocean, causing the direction of the wind to gradually reverse. These daily changes have been taking place for countless generations. Sailors once relied upon them to guide their small boats along the coast. Birds glide effortlessly upon these moving currents, while clouds slowly drift overhead. Even the sound of rustling beach grass is often carried by these peaceful winds. The ocean not only shapes the water itself, but also influences the air above it. Every gentle breeze reminds us that the sea is quietly connected to the atmosphere, the weather, and the rhythm of each passing day. As you imagine that cool coastal wind, perhaps you can almost hear the distant waves rolling softly onto the shore. Fact 75. The ocean is home to living rainbows. Although many people think of the ocean as simply blue, it is actually one of the most colorful places on Earth. Beneath the surface exists a dazzling world filled with every shade imaginable. Brilliant orange clownfish weave among pale green sea anemones. Bright yellow butterfly fish swim gracefully above deep purple corals. Electric blue tangs glide through crystal clear lagoons, while scarlet sea stars slowly crawl across the rocks below. Tiny nudibranch, often called sea slugs, display extraordinary combinations of pink, turquoise, gold, and violet. Coral reefs themselves shimmer with countless colors created by tiny algae living inside coral tissues. As sunlight filters through the clear water, it creates beautiful beams that make these colors appear to glow even more brightly. Every reef becomes a living rainbow, gently moving beneath the waves. Unlike a painted picture, this colorful world is constantly changing as fish swim past, corals grow, and soft currents sway underwater plants. Divers often describe their first visit to a healthy coral reef as stepping into another world entirely. Yet despite all this beauty, the reef remains peaceful, quiet, and unhurried. Nature reminds us that extraordinary beauty often exists where patience and balance have been allowed to flourish for thousands of years. Fact 76. The ocean floor is covered with ancient stories. If the ocean could speak, it would tell stories older than almost anything else on Earth. Hidden beneath thousands of meters of water, the seafloor quietly preserves a record of our planet's incredible history. Layer upon layer of soft sediment has settled there over millions of years, each one capturing tiny clues about the past. Microscopic shells, grains of volcanic ash, fine particles of dust carried by the wind, and fragments of ancient marine life slowly drift downward like gentle snow. Each new layer rests peacefully on top of the one before it, creating a natural archive that scientists carefully study today. By examining these layers, researchers can learn about ancient climates, changing sea levels, powerful volcanic eruptions, and even the rise and fall of ice ages. Some of these sediments are so old that they formed long before humans existed, yet they remain quietly undisturbed in the darkness of the deep sea. It is remarkable to imagine that beneath today's waves lies a history book written not with ink, but with sand, shells, and time itself. Every grain has patiently waited for millions of years, preserving Earth's memories without making a sound. As you picture this peaceful underwater archive, you can almost imagine time itself resting gently upon the ocean floor. Fact 77. Moonlight gives the ocean a silver glow. There is something wonderfully peaceful about standing beside the ocean on a calm night when the moon is shining brightly overhead. As the waves move gently across the surface, they catch the soft moonlight and reflect it back toward the shore. The result is a shimmering silver pathway stretching across the water toward the horizon. This glowing reflection constantly changes with every passing ripple, never remaining exactly the same for more than a moment. Gentle waves sparkle like scattered diamonds before fading back into darkness. Above, countless stars quietly watch over the sea, while below, the ocean mirrors their beauty with its own gentle light. Sailors throughout history have trusted the moon to guide their journeys across open water long before modern navigation existed. Poets and artists have also found endless inspiration in moonlit oceans, describing them as peaceful bridges between the sky and the sea. Even today, many people visit the coast simply to enjoy the calming sight of moonlight dancing across quiet waves. It is one of nature's simplest yet most beautiful displays. As you imagine yourself sitting peacefully upon a silent beach beneath a full moon, it becomes easy to understand why the ocean has always inspired feelings of calm, wonder, and quiet reflection. Fact 78. Tiny plankton create invisible forests. Although plankton are far too small for most people to notice, together they form one of the largest living communities on Earth. Floating gently near the sunlit surface, billions upon billions of microscopic organisms drift wherever the currents carry them. They do not build forests with trunks and branches like trees on land. Instead, they create invisible forests made entirely of life. Tiny plant-like plankton capture sunlight through photosynthesis, producing oxygen and forming the foundation of nearly every ocean food chain. Small animals feed upon the plankton. Larger fish feed upon those smaller animals. Seabirds, seals, dolphins, whales, and countless other creatures ultimately depend upon these microscopic drifters for survival. Even the enormous blue whale begins its food chain with these tiny organisms. Scientists estimate that marine plankton produce a significant portion of the oxygen in Earth's atmosphere, quietly helping every breath we take. Despite their importance, they spend their lives drifting peacefully with the currents, asking for nothing more than sunlight and seawater. It is comforting to remember that some of the world's greatest contributions come from the smallest and quietest forms of life. Fact 79. The ocean is filled with gentle travelers. Every year, countless marine animals begin remarkable journeys across the world's oceans. Sea turtles return to the beaches where they were born. Humpback whales travel thousands of kilometers between warm breeding waters and cooler feeding grounds. Salmon leave the sea to swim back into the rivers of their birth. Tiny eels cross entire oceans before reaching distant freshwater streams. Even microscopic plankton drift upon currents that slowly carry them around the globe. These incredible migrations often follow ancient pathways that have remained unchanged for thousands of generations. Scientists continue studying how these animals navigate with such remarkable accuracy. Some use Earth's magnetic field like a natural compass. Others recognize the position of the sun, the stars, ocean currents, or even subtle chemical signals in the water. Despite the immense distances they travel, they rarely appear hurried. Instead, they move with quiet confidence, trusting instincts that have guided their ancestors for millions of years. Their peaceful journeys remind us that nature often knows exactly where it is going, even without maps or roads. Fact 80. Every wave is slightly different. Standing beside the ocean, it may seem as though every wave looks exactly the same. Yet if you watch carefully, you will discover that no two waves are ever truly identical. Some rise a little higher before gently breaking upon the shore. Others roll softly across the sand without making much sound at all. A light breeze may create tiny ripples upon the surface, while distant storms send long, smooth swells traveling across the sea. The shape of the coastline, the depth of the water, and the strength of the wind all influence the character of each wave. Even the tides quietly change the way waves arrive throughout the day. Together they create an endless rhythm that never repeats itself in exactly the same way twice. This constant variation is one reason people often find the sound of the ocean so deeply relaxing. Our minds cannot easily predict the next wave, so they simply allow themselves to listen. The sea becomes a natural lullaby, gently replacing busy thoughts with peaceful sounds that have comforted people for countless generations. As tonight's waves continue rolling toward distant shores, each one carries its own quiet story before disappearing back into the ocean once again. Fact 81. The ocean has mountains taller than Everest. When we think of the tallest mountains on Earth, many of us imagine snowy peaks reaching high into the clouds. Mount Everest is often the first mountain that comes to mind, standing proudly above the Himalayas. Yet beneath the ocean's surface lies an even larger mountain range that few people will ever see. Stretching across the seafloor for more than 65,000 kilometers, the mid-ocean ridge is the longest mountain chain on our planet. Most of these mountains remain completely hidden beneath thousands of meters of seawater. In some places, their peaks rise so high that they eventually emerge above the surface, becoming volcanic islands surrounded by the sea. Along this underwater range, Earth's tectonic plates slowly move apart, allowing molten rock from deep within the planet to rise and create new seafloor. This process happens so gradually that human eyes can never notice it, yet over millions of years it has reshaped entire oceans. Fish, corals, sea stars, and countless other marine creatures make these hidden mountains their home. The peaceful slopes are covered with life, even though sunlight rarely reaches them. It is remarkable to imagine that Earth's greatest mountain range remains almost entirely out of sight, quietly growing beneath the waves while the world above continues its busy pace. Fact 82. Hydrothermal vents create oases in the deep sea. Far below the reach of sunlight, where the ocean is cold and completely dark, extraordinary places known as hydrothermal vents quietly release warm, mineral-rich water from beneath the Earth's crust. These underwater springs form where seawater seeps into cracks in the seafloor, becomes heated by molten rock deep below, and then rises back into the ocean carrying dissolved minerals. As the hot water meets the icy surroundings, towering chimney-like structures slowly grow over many years. Some of these formations rise several stories high, standing like silent castles in the darkness. Around them thrives an astonishing community of life unlike anywhere else on Earth. Giant tube worms, unusual shrimp, delicate crabs, and strange bacteria survive without any sunlight at all. Instead of depending on photosynthesis, many organisms here rely on chemical energy released from the Earth's interior. This remarkable process is called chemosynthesis. Scientists believe that environments like these may offer clues about how life first began on our planet billions of years ago. Despite the extreme conditions, these underwater oases are peaceful places where life quietly flourishes against all expectations. They remind us that even in complete darkness, nature always finds a way to create something beautiful. Fact 83. Seabirds depend on the ocean every day. High above the rolling waves, graceful seabirds spend much of their lives soaring across the open ocean. Albatrosses glide effortlessly for hours, sometimes traveling thousands of kilometers without a single flap of their wings. Puffins dive beneath the surface in search of small fish, while elegant terns skim just above the waves before suddenly dipping into the water. Gulls patiently float upon gentle swells, resting between flights. Pelicans fold their wings and plunge toward the sea with remarkable precision, catching fish near the surface. Although these birds spend much of their time in the air, nearly every part of their lives depends upon the ocean. It provides food, resting places, migration routes, and safe nesting islands. Ocean winds help carry them across enormous distances, while changing seasons guide their annual journeys. Many species return to the very same nesting grounds year after year, demonstrating remarkable navigation abilities. Watching seabirds drift gracefully above calm waves reminds us that the boundary between sea and sky is often beautifully connected. Together they create one peaceful world filled with endless movement, gentle breezes, and quiet harmony. Fact 84. Sea ice is alive with tiny creatures. When people imagine sea ice, they often picture a frozen landscape that seems completely empty. Yet beneath and even within the ice exists a surprisingly active community of life. Tiny algae grow in narrow channels inside the ice, where enough sunlight filters through to support photosynthesis. These microscopic plants become food for small crustaceans and other tiny animals. In turn, fish feed upon those creatures, followed by seals, seabirds, and eventually polar bears in Arctic regions. The frozen surface acts like a floating neighborhood supporting an entire food web. During spring, as sunlight increases, the algae begin growing rapidly, filling the ice with invisible life. When the ice slowly melts, many of these organisms drift into the surrounding ocean, providing nourishment for countless marine animals. Even the coldest parts of our planet are filled with quiet activity that often goes unnoticed. The peaceful beauty of floating sea ice hides an entire world of tiny living things working together in perfect balance. Nature reminds us once again that life can flourish in places that seem impossible at first glance. Fact 85. The ocean never truly stands still. Looking out across a calm sea, it is easy to believe that the water is perfectly still. Yet beneath that peaceful surface, movement is happening everywhere. Gentle waves roll toward distant shores. Invisible currents flow through the deep ocean. Warm water slowly rises while colder water sinks. Tiny plankton drift wherever the currents carry them, while fish quietly swim through changing layers of water. Even the tides, guided by the moon, continuously raise and lower the sea around the world. At the smallest scale, individual water molecules are always moving. At the largest scale, entire ocean basins exchange water through global circulation patterns that take centuries to complete. Every drop participates in this endless journey, whether near a tropical island or beneath polar ice. Despite all this motion, the ocean rarely feels hurried. Instead, everything moves with remarkable patience, following rhythms that have existed for millions of years. The sea teaches us that constant movement does not have to feel chaotic. It can be gentle, steady, and deeply calming, much like the slow rhythm of a peaceful breath before sleep. Fact 86. Seashells begin as tiny homes. If you have ever walked along a peaceful beach at sunrise, you may have noticed beautiful seashells scattered across the sand. Some are smooth and white, while others display delicate spirals, gentle ridges, or soft shades of pink, cream, and gold. It is easy to admire their beauty without realizing that every shell once served as a safe and comfortable home for a living creature. Long before it reached the shore, the shell was slowly built by a tiny mollusk living beneath the waves. Layer by layer, the animal added minerals from the seawater, carefully expanding its home as it grew. This patient process could take months or even many years, depending on the species. Each new layer strengthened the shell while creating the unique patterns we admire today. After the animal's life came to an end, the empty shell often began a new journey. Hermit crabs might move inside, making it their own portable shelter. Tiny fish could hide beside it on the seafloor, while algae and small marine organisms gradually covered its surface. Eventually, waves and currents gently rolled the shell across the ocean floor, smoothing its edges until it finally washed ashore. Some shells broke into tiny fragments that became part of the soft sand beneath our feet. In the ocean, nothing is truly wasted. Every shell continues helping the natural world long after its first purpose has ended, reminding us that nature quietly gives everything a meaningful second chapter. Fact 87. The ocean is Earth's greatest climate helper. The ocean is far more than a vast body of water stretching toward the horizon. It is one of the most important systems keeping our planet comfortable for life. Every day, the sea quietly absorbs enormous amounts of heat from the sun. Unlike land, which warms and cools quite quickly, seawater changes temperature much more slowly. This allows the ocean to store warmth during sunny seasons and gradually release it back into the atmosphere over time. Ocean currents then carry this stored heat across great distances, helping warm colder regions while also cooling tropical areas. Without this gentle balancing system, many parts of Earth would experience much more extreme temperatures than they do today. The ocean also plays an essential role in the water cycle, providing the moisture that forms clouds and eventually falls as rain or snow across forests, mountains, farms, and cities. Countless plants, animals, and people depend upon this steady rhythm every single day. Even when we live far from the nearest coastline, the ocean continues supporting our lives in quiet ways that often go unnoticed. It works patiently, day after day, season after season, asking for nothing in return. The sea reminds us that some of the greatest acts of care happen silently, without seeking attention or recognition. Fact 88. Seahorses live slow and peaceful lives. Among the many remarkable animals living beneath the waves, the seahorse is one of the gentlest. Unlike fast-swimming tuna or playful dolphins, seahorses rarely rush anywhere. They move slowly through calm coastal waters, drifting among seagrasses, coral branches, and underwater plants. Their upright posture makes them look unlike almost any other fish in the ocean. Tiny fins flutter rapidly to move them forward, while their curled tails wrap securely around seaweed or coral whenever currents become stronger. This simple habit prevents them from being carried away, allowing them to rest peacefully while the water flows gently around them. Seahorses feed patiently, waiting for tiny shrimp and plankton to drift close before quietly capturing them. One of their most remarkable features is that the father carries the developing babies inside a special pouch until they are ready to enter the world. Scientists have discovered dozens of different seahorse species living in oceans across the globe, each beautifully adapted to its surroundings. Their calm movements, quiet lives, and patient nature remind us that life does not always need speed to be successful. Sometimes moving gently with the current is enough to carry us exactly where we need to be. Fact 89. Every tide is part of an ancient rhythm. Twice each day, along coastlines around the world, the ocean slowly rises and then gently falls again. This familiar movement is known as the tide, and it has been happening for billions of years. Although we often notice only the waves reaching the shore, the entire ocean is quietly responding to the gravitational pull of the moon, along with the influence of the sun. As our planet rotates beneath the moon, enormous bulges of seawater slowly travel around the Earth. Along some coastlines, the difference between high tide and low tide is only a small change, while in other places the water may rise by many meters, revealing beaches, rocks, and tidal pools before covering them once again. Many marine animals depend upon these predictable rhythms. Crabs search for food as the tide retreats. Shorebirds explore the freshly exposed shoreline. Tiny fish wait for deeper water to return before swimming safely across coastal flats. For thousands of years, fishermen and sailors carefully observe the tides before beginning their journeys. Even today, the rhythm continues exactly as it always has, quietly connecting the moon above with the ocean below. It is comforting to remember that while so many things change in our lives, the tides continue their timeless dance with perfect patience. Fact 90. The ocean is the planet's endless lullaby. Perhaps the most peaceful gift the ocean offers is its sound. Long before recorded music or modern cities existed, waves were already rolling gently toward distant shores, creating a soothing rhythm that has comforted countless generations. Every wave begins far from the beach, shaped by wind moving across open water. As it approaches the shoreline, it slows, gently rises, and finally breaks into soft white foam before quietly slipping back into the sea. Then another wave follows, and another after that, each one slightly different but beautifully familiar. Scientists have found that many people naturally relax while listening to these repeating sounds because the gentle rhythm encourages the mind to slow down and let go of busy thoughts. Sitting beside the ocean often feels as though time itself has become softer. The worries of the day seem less important while the waves continue their endless conversation with the shore. Every sunrise, every sunset, every season, and every year, this peaceful music continues without interruption. It asks for nothing except a willing listener. As you imagine yourself resting beside a quiet beach tonight, with cool sea air surrounding you and gentle waves rolling steadily onto the sand, you may find that the ocean's oldest song is also one of its kindest, a timeless lullaby that has never stopped playing. Fact 91. The ocean is home to gentle ocean giants called whale sharks. As we continue our peaceful journey across the endless blue sea, let us imagine drifting through warm, crystal clear water where sunlight reaches deep below the surface. In the distance, a magnificent shadow slowly appears. At first it seems like a small boat floating silently beneath the waves, but as it glides closer, its graceful shape becomes clear. It is a whale shark, the largest fish in the entire ocean. Despite growing longer than a school bus and weighing many tons, this gentle giant has one of the calmest lifestyles in the marine world. Instead of hunting large animals, the whale shark peacefully feeds on tiny plankton, microscopic organisms, and small fish drifting through the water. As it swims with its enormous mouth open, seawater passes through special filters that separate food from the water before the clean water flows back out. Every movement is slow, smooth, and effortless, almost as if the ocean itself is carrying the whale shark wherever it wishes to go. Its beautiful skin is covered with white spots and delicate patterns that are unique to each individual, much like human fingerprints. Scientists use these patterns to identify and study whale sharks as they travel across tropical oceans. Divers who are fortunate enough to swim beside one often describe the experience as peaceful rather than frightening. The whale shark reminds us that true greatness is often quiet, gentle, and kind. In the vastness of the ocean, the largest fish chooses a life of patience, calmness, and harmony with the sea. Fact 92. Coral reefs are like underwater cities. Beneath the clear waters of tropical oceans lies one of the busiest neighborhoods on Earth. At first glance, a coral reef appears to be made entirely of colorful rocks, but every section is alive with activity. Tiny coral polyps work patiently together, building limestone skeletons that slowly grow into enormous reef systems over thousands of years. Between these living structures, thousands of marine species find food, shelter, and safety. Brightly colored fish weave through narrow passages, while sea turtles glide gracefully overhead. Small shrimp quietly clean larger fish. Sea stars slowly crawl across the reef, and octopuses carefully explore hidden caves. Every corner of the reef has its own residence, each playing an important role in maintaining the balance of this underwater community. Scientists often compare coral reefs to busy cities because so many different species live together within a relatively small area. Yet unlike crowded human cities, the reef remains peaceful, moving only with the gentle rhythm of the currents. Sunlight filters through the clear water above, creating dancing beams of light that illuminate the colorful landscape below. Every day begins with quiet activity and ends beneath glowing sunsets reflected through the sea. Coral reefs remind us that cooperation, patience, and balance allow even the smallest creatures to create something truly extraordinary together. Fact 93. The deep ocean keeps many ancient secrets. The deeper we travel into the ocean, the more mysterious the world becomes. Far below the reach of sunlight lie landscapes that few human eyes have ever seen. Hidden valleys, towering mountains, underwater volcanoes, ancient shipwrecks, and unexplored caves remain quietly waiting beneath kilometers of water. Modern robotic submarines continue discovering new species that scientists never knew existed. Some fish have transparent bodies. Others produce glowing lights. Delicate jellyfish drift through complete darkness like floating lanterns, while unusual sea cucumbers slowly cross the soft seabed. Every expedition into the deep ocean reveals something unexpected, reminding us how little we truly know about our own planet. Many experts believe that thousands, perhaps even millions, of marine species remain undiscovered. Some deep-sea animals may have lived in isolation for millions of years, evolving unique features found nowhere else on Earth. Unlike many places on land, much of the deep sea has remained almost unchanged for incredibly long periods of time. The silence of these hidden depths feels almost timeless. As you imagine this mysterious underwater world, it becomes clear that the greatest adventures do not always happen beneath bright sunlight. Sometimes the most peaceful discoveries are found in quiet places where patience and curiosity gently guide the way. Fact 94. The ocean connects every living thing. Although continents appear separate on a map, the ocean quietly connects the entire planet in countless ways. Every river eventually finds its path toward the sea, carrying fresh water from distant mountains, forests, and valleys. The ocean then returns that water to the sky through evaporation, forming clouds that travel across the world before falling again as rain or snow. This endless cycle nourishes crops, fills lakes, supports forests, and provides drinking water for people and animals alike. Ocean currents carry heat from one region to another, helping regulate Earth's climate and creating conditions where life can flourish. Tiny plankton floating near the surface produce a large share of the oxygen we breathe, while countless marine organisms provide food for birds, mammals, and humans. Even people who have never visited the coastline depend upon the sea every single day without realizing it. The clothes we wear, the weather we experience, the air we breathe, and the food we eat are all connected in some way to the world's oceans. Standing beside the sea, it becomes easier to appreciate that our planet functions as one great living system. Every wave reaching the shore reminds us that we are all connected by the same water, the same atmosphere, and the same beautiful earth. Fact 95. The ocean teaches the beauty of patience. Perhaps the greatest lesson the ocean offers is not found in its enormous whales, colorful coral reefs, or mysterious deep-sea creatures. Instead, it is found in the quiet way the sea changes the world through patience. Waves gently shape solid cliffs without rushing. Tiny coral polyps slowly build reefs large enough to be seen from space. Small grains of sand become beautiful beaches after countless journeys with the tides. Great ocean currents travel around the planet over hundreds or even thousands of years without ever becoming impatient. Sea turtles spend decades crossing oceans before returning to the beach where their lives first began. Even mountains hidden beneath the sea continue rising so slowly that no human lifetime can witness the change. Nature reminds us that extraordinary things rarely happen all at once. Instead, they grow quietly through countless small moments working together over time. As you listen to the imagined sound of gentle waves rolling onto the shore, you may notice how they never hurry. They simply arrive, one after another, each completing its own peaceful journey before returning to the sea. The ocean has followed this rhythm for billions of years, and it continues tonight, just as calm, patient, and beautiful as it has always been. It is a gentle reminder that sometimes the most meaningful progress comes one quiet wave at a time. Fact 96. Every sunset over the ocean is a once-in-a-lifetime moment. As our peaceful journey across the world's oceans begins to draw toward its final destination, let us pause beside a quiet shoreline just before evening fades into night. The sun slowly lowers toward the distant horizon, painting the sky with gentle shades of gold, amber, soft pink, lavender, and deep orange. Every passing minute brings a slightly different combination of colors, creating a masterpiece that will never exist in exactly the same way again. The calm surface of the ocean reflects this beautiful display, turning the water into a shimmering mirror that seems to stretch forever. Gentle waves carry ribbons of golden light toward the shore before quietly returning to the sea. Seabirds glide gracefully across the glowing sky as cool evening air begins replacing the warmth of the day. The first stars patiently appear above the horizon, while the last sunlight slowly disappears beyond the curve of the earth. Somewhere far out at sea, whales continue their quiet migrations, dolphins swim beneath the fading light, and schools of fish settle into their nighttime routines. Nature does not rush the arrival of evening. Instead, it unfolds slowly, inviting every living creature to relax. Watching an ocean sunset reminds us that endings can be every bit as beautiful as beginnings. Each sunset quietly closes one chapter while preparing the world for another peaceful night beneath the stars. Fact 97. The ocean has inspired human imagination for thousands of years. Long before modern maps, satellites, or powerful ships existed, people stood beside the sea and wondered what lay beyond the distant horizon. Ancient sailors imagined mysterious islands hidden in the mist, while storytellers filled the oceans with gentle mermaids, wise sea turtles, magical dolphins, and enormous whales carrying ancient knowledge through the deep. Poets wrote about endless waves that symbolized hope, adventure, and peaceful reflection. Artists carefully painted quiet beaches glowing beneath moonlight, capturing the calm beauty of the sea with every brushstroke. Musicians listened to the rhythm of rolling waves and transformed those sounds into melodies that echoed nature's own gentle music. Scientists later explored the same oceans with curiosity instead of legend, discovering incredible animals, hidden mountain ranges, glowing creatures, and underwater worlds that were every bit as astonishing as the old stories. Even today, the sea continues inspiring filmmakers, photographers, explorers, writers, and dreamers across the world. Every person who gazes across the ocean sees something slightly different. Some see adventure, others see peace. Some find inspiration, while others simply enjoy the quiet rhythm of the waves. The ocean has always invited humanity to imagine what might exist just beyond the horizon, encouraging curiosity while offering comfort at the very same time. Fact 98. The ocean reminds us that Earth is a living planet. From space, astronauts often describe Earth as a brilliant blue marble floating silently in the darkness of the universe. Looking down from orbit, the oceans immediately capture attention because they cover more than 70% of the planet's surface. White clouds drift above deep blue water while continents appear almost like scattered islands surrounded by one enormous connected sea. Every day, the ocean quietly exchanges heat with the atmosphere, produces moisture for clouds, supports countless ecosystems, and helps regulate the climate that allows life to flourish. Rivers flow into the sea, glaciers release fresh water, coral reefs shelter marine animals, and microscopic plankton help produce the oxygen we breathe. Everything is connected in one remarkable natural system that has developed over billions of years. The ocean is not separate from the land, the sky, or ourselves. Instead, it is one essential part of a beautifully balanced planet where every living thing depends upon every other. Even while we sleep tonight, tides will continue rising and falling, currents will keep flowing beneath the waves, and tiny marine creatures will drift quietly through the water just as they have for countless generations. The ocean gently reminds us that Earth is alive with movement, balance, and extraordinary beauty. Fact 99. The greatest ocean mystery is still waiting. Although humanity has explored the highest mountains, crossed vast deserts, and even traveled to the moon, much of the ocean remains a mystery. Scientists estimate that a large portion of the deep sea has still not been explored in detail. New species are discovered every year, including unusual fish, glowing jellyfish, delicate corals, colorful sea slugs, and tiny microscopic organisms unlike anything previously known. Hidden beneath kilometers of water may be underwater caves, volcanic landscapes, ancient shipwrecks, and ecosystems that have remained untouched for millions of years. Powerful research submarines continue descending into the darkness, carefully revealing small pieces of this enormous puzzle. Every expedition answers old questions while creating many new ones. This is one of the most exciting qualities of the ocean. Even after centuries of exploration, it continues surprising us with unexpected discoveries. The sea quietly reminds us that curiosity is one of humanity's greatest strengths. There is always something new to learn, another horizon to explore, and another mystery waiting patiently beneath the waves. The largest wilderness on Earth is still inviting future generations to continue the journey, one peaceful discovery at a time. Fact 100. The ocean's endless song will continue forever. Our gentle voyage across the world's oceans has finally reached its peaceful conclusion. Together we have floated above coral reefs glowing with color, drifted through forests of giant kelp, listened to the songs of whales, followed ancient sea turtles across vast oceans, explored mysterious deep-sea trenches, watched moonlight dance upon gentle waves, and imagined hidden worlds far beneath the surface. Yet even after 100 fascinating facts, we have only begun to understand the incredible beauty of Earth's oceans. Long after this story ends, the tides will continue rising and falling beneath the moon. Gentle waves will keep rolling onto distant beaches. Tiny plankton will drift with invisible currents. Dolphins will leap through sparkling water. Whales will sing ancient songs in the deep. Coral reefs will quietly grow one tiny polyp at a time, while the ocean itself continues breathing with the rhythm it has followed for billions of years. If you have become sleepy during our journey, then perhaps the sea has shared its oldest gift with you, its calm. Imagine yourself resting on a quiet beach beneath a sky filled with countless stars. The cool breeze gently brushes across your face. Soft waves wash peacefully onto the shore, one after another, each sounding slightly different from the last. There is nowhere else you need to be, nothing left to do, and nothing to worry about. Simply breathe slowly, relax completely, and let the endless song of the ocean carry you gently into a deep, peaceful, and restful sleep. Thank you for joining me on this peaceful journey across the endless oceans of our beautiful planet. I hope these gentle stories and relaxing ocean facts help your mind slow down and your body begin to unwind. As the waves continue their timeless rhythm, allow any remaining thoughts to drift away like footprints disappearing from a quiet beach. Imagine the soft sound of the sea surrounding you, with each wave washing away a little more of the day's worries. Far beyond the horizon, the ocean continues its calm and patient dance beneath the stars, just as it has for billions of years. Whales continue their gentle songs. Tiny plankton drift with the currents, and coral reefs quietly rest beneath the moonlit water. The tides will continue to rise and fall through the night, reminding us that nature never rushes and never forgets its peaceful rhythm. Take one slow, deep breath in and gently breathe out, feeling yourself becoming even more relaxed with every passing moment. Allow your body to become completely still, your breathing soft and steady, and your thoughts as calm as the quiet sea. If sleep has not yet found you, simply continue listening to the peaceful rhythm of the ocean in your imagination. There is nowhere you need to go, nothing you need to accomplish, and nothing demanding your attention right now. Only the gentle sound of the waves, the cool ocean breeze, and the endless blue sea stretching peacefully beneath a sky full of stars. Thank you for spending this quiet time with me. and for allowing these peaceful ocean stories to be part of your evening. If you enjoyed this relaxing journey, I would love to welcome you back for another calm adventure through the wonders of our world. Until then, sleep peacefully, dream gently, and may the quiet song of the ocean stay with you throughout the night. Good night.